The movie begins with a man named Jeff Gaffney and his wife Karen sending their 2 sons, Patrick and Mikey, off to a sleepaway camp. Jeff works in the Human Resources Department at McDowell Burton International, an aerospace and defense firm, while Karen works as an interior decorator. They live in a friendly cul-de-sac neighborhood where most people are employed by a defense firm. At home, the Gaffneys meet their real estate agent friend, Meg Craverston. Meg is excited because she just sold a house across the street from the Gaffneys' home to a couple just by giving them a virtual tour of the property. The trio are soon joined by Meg's husband and Jeff's co-worker, Dan, who teases the Gaffneys about all the sex they're about to have since their children are away at camp. Embarrassed, Jeff and Karen excuse themselves. After returning home, both Jeff and Karen are thinking about having wild sex, but can't bring themselves to tell each other about it. At work, Jeff has to resolve issues between the MBI employees as the HR manager. He doesn't have any friends at the company, despite his several attempts to make one. Employees at the defense firm are only allowed to access the internet through Jeff's computer due to security reasons. At home, Karen notices the new neighbors move in across the street and becomes interested when she sees a handsome man and a beautiful woman entering the home romantically. She takes their picture and sends them to her husband. When Jeff returns home, he finds Karen entertaining their new neighbors, Tim and Natalie Jones, in their home. The 2 couples get to know each other. Tim is a travel writer whose hobbies include glassblowing, and Natalie is a Greek social media consultant, cooking blogger, and philanthropist. Jeff and Meg find themselves admiring Tim and Natalie as individuals and as a couple. Tim gives the Gaffneys a handmade glass sculpture as a housewarming gift, and Jeff gives them an MBI stress ball in return. Before departing, Jeff invites the couple to their annual neighborhood party, which they call Junetoberfest. At the party, Tim and Natalie impress everyone with their many talents and skills. Tim tells everybody about his time at Hazim's Cafe in Morocco, while Natalie beats the neighborhood champion Dan in dart throwing. Later, Karen notices Tim going into her home unaccompanied. She confronts him outside Jeff's den, but Tim claims he got lost looking for the bathroom. Tim changes the topic and leaves, but Karen starts smelling a rat. After the party, Karen shares her feelings with Jeff about the suspiciously perfect Joneses, but Jeff assures her that they are friendly people and there's nothing suspicious about them. However, Jeff couldn't be further from the truth, and at night, Natalie and Tim go to the MBI headquarters. Natalie distracts the MBI guards while Tim sneaks into the building and logs into Jeff's computer. He retrieves emails sent and deleted by the MBI employees through Jeff's computer, coming across a suspicious email about somebody with a package awaiting further instructions. The next day, Jeff runs into Tim at the local ale shop. Tim invites him to have some Chinese food afterwards and takes him to a secret bar in his friend Ricky Lou's restaurant. Tim asks Ricky to bring the special drink, a wine bottle with an actual snake in it. Ricky also brings over the night's special offering, a live black viper. Jeff freaks out, but Tim assures him that Ricky knows what he's doing and calms him down. Ricky then cuts up the snake into multiple pieces and prepares a gourmet meal with it. Over dinner, Tim asks the drunk Jeff about the employees over at MBI, but cannot get anything useful out of him. Later, when the alcohol wears off, Jeff calls Tim out for trying to get him to open up while holding secrets locked inside of him. In a heart-to-heart moment, Tim admits that he hides the fact that sometimes he hates what he does for a living. Seeing Mr. Perfect Tim Jones open up to him, Jeff feels a brotherly bond between him and Tim, and decides to take Tim for indoor skydiving, a passion of his that none of his friends share. Meanwhile, Karen notices Natalie going out and follows her. She witnesses Natalie doing what looks like a dead drop in a cafe. Karen continues to follow her, but eventually gets caught by Natalie in a lingerie store. Natalie calls her out, but apparently empathizes with her as a sexy, vibrant woman who has to dim their light for the world. Karen resonates with her, and Natalie picks lingerie for Karen to help her embrace her sexuality and sends her home. Karen and Jeff both return home happy and proceed to get intimate with each other, but end up accidentally breaking the glass sculpture given to them by Tim. Karen discovers a bug among the shards and becomes certain that the Joneses are spies. She insists on calling the cops, but Jeff tells her that they need more evidence. Karen agrees, and the Gaffneys sneak into their neighbor's house while they are away. Karen wears gloves, while Jeff wears socks on his hands to avoid leaving their fingerprints behind. The self-proclaimed chef Natalie's pots have never seen a lick of flame, and her spice rack is empty, but Jeff still believes that the Joneses are innocent. Lo and behold, Jeff and Karen come across a room full of advanced computers with files on missiles as well as files on Jeff and other NBI employees. They realize that Tim and Natalie are targeting the NBI. Realizing that he may have leaked sensitive information to Tim, Jeff freaks out and frantically starts looking for a way to destroy the computers, but accidentally stunts Karen with a pen gun. As Karen collapses to the ground, Tim and Natalie return home. Jeff panics and carries Karen back home, narrowly escaping. Seeing Tim gushing about Jeff, Natalie grows worried about him. She reminds him that the first rule of their work is to never get close to your targets. Tim flirtatiously responds that the first rule was not to fall in love with his partner. Natalie concedes, and the two proceed to make out when they notice a used pen gun on the floor. They realize that the Gaffneys had broken into their house. The next day, the Gaffneys arrange a private meeting with NBI's head of security, Carl Pronger, at NBI's old building. Before the Gaffneys could divulge any details to Carl, a sniper shoots Carl dead. The sniper then tries to kill the couple, but they quickly take cover behind their car. As they try to make sense of the situation, the Joneses arrive in their car. Natalie shoots at the sniper, while Tim asks the Gaffneys to hop in his car. When Jeff and Karen refuse to oblige, Natalie points her gun at them and orders them to hop in the car. The couple finally obliges, and a high-speed chase follows. A group of armed motorcycles follow the group and attach a timed bomb to their car. However, with Jeff's help, Tim and Natalie get rid of the bomb and blow up the armed men with it. Afterwards, over lunch, Jeff and Karen learn that the Joneses are actually trying to find the person at NBI who is trying to sell sensitive defense information. Tim also tells them that Natalie and him are a real married couple. Meanwhile, Natalie confesses that she is actually an Israeli. Jeff and Karen try to ascertain if they work for the Mossad or the CIA, but the Joneses refuse to give up any information about their employers. However, Tim assures Jeff that the bond between them is real. The two couples return back to the cul-de-sac, and the Joneses make Jeff and Karen promise to keep everything under wraps, including the Joneses' real identity. After the Joneses re-enter their house, they trigger a bomb that blows up their home. The Gaffneys keep their promise and lie to the police about the Joneses. After the police leave, the Gaffneys frantically pack their bags to go underground, but the Joneses reappear alive and well in their basement. It turns out Tim and Natalie found the bomb before it could explode and jumped out of their window to escape the explosion. They have also kidnapped Jeff's colleague, Dan Craverston, and his wife, Meg. Tim reveals that the Craverstons are the ones who are trying to sell NBI's experimental microchips to an international arms dealer called the Scorpion. The chips could be used to undermine the U.S. missile defense system. As they interrogate Dan further, the Scorpion calls on his phone. When Dan panics and is not able to answer the call, Jeff answers the phone posing as Dan and arranges a meeting at the Odyssey to deliver the microchips. Tim and Natalie set up their listening equipment on the hotel's roof while the Gaffneys get ready for the meeting. Seeing each other dress up so well, Karen and Jeff can't keep their hands to themselves and have sex before leaving the hotel. Tim and Natalie are forced to hear them going at it in their earpiece. Jeff and Karen meet the Scorpion at the hotel with a suitcase containing the chips, posing as Dan and Meg while the Joneses back them up from the roof. As the arms dealer looks at the chips, Jeff recognizes him from his company focus group. After verifying the chip's authenticity, Scorpion hands the couple the money and sends them on their way. However, the Scorpion suddenly remembers him as Jeff, the HR guy from NBI, and figures out that this meeting was a setup. It is revealed that the Scorpion is a former mid-level NBI employee named Bruce Springsteen. With their cover blown, Tim radios the mission control for backup, but the operation is aborted and the mission control refuses to engage in the public arena, branding the Gaffneys as collateral damage. To save the Gaffneys, Tim and Natalie surrendered themselves to the Scorpion. Seeing the Joneses surrender, Jeff panics, and Tim apologizes to him for letting him down. Bruce is amused by the exchange and expresses surprise at Tim caring so much about a loser like Jeff. Tim swiftly shuts the Scorpion down and tells them that in a world where everybody lies and hides things, Jeff is an honest person. He is also forthright, friendly, and a good neighbor, all of which takes real courage. As Tim distracts Scorpion with high praise for Jeff, Karen grabs a knife. Pretending to have fallen for Natalie after seeing her in her underwear at the lingerie store, Karen goes over to kiss her and discreetly passes the knife to her. An intense battle follows, and the Joneses eliminate half of the Scorpion's henchmen. The Scorpion and the remaining henchmen follow the group into the hall. Tim tosses the suitcase with the chips towards the Scorpion and jumps out of the window into the pool with Natalie, Karen, and Jeff. As the Scorpion picks up the suitcase, Natalie detonates it, and a bomb kills the Scorpion and his remaining henchmen. The Gaffneys and Joneses celebrate and return back to the cul-de-sac. Jeff invites them to stay the night, but the Joneses turn down the offer as they plan to go right back to their life of espionage in their fancy, self-driving Tesla car. Before departing, Tim advises the Gaffneys to see the world outside of the cul-de-sac. Jeff and Karen thank them for everything and bid them goodbye. The following summer, the Gaffneys visit the famous Hazim's Cafe in Morocco that Tim always talked about. The couple seems so much happier than before. While taking pictures with a hookah, Jeff notices the Joneses sitting at a table nearby. The spies are in the middle of a mission, but the Gaffneys go over to their table to talk to them and unwittingly blow their cover. This triggers yet another gunfight, but Jeff and Karen couldn't be more excited. With this, the movie ends. Thanks for watching, guys.